This Ranger started out as a very basic touring build, but look at it now. We built this Ranger just before the Chrissy break last year. He's been away already, he's been using it, that's why it's a little bit dirty, but it's back for a couple extra goodies, and I wanted to run you guys through the entire build before it goes back to the customer. So, we're gonna start at the front. The Toro bar was the #1 choice for our customer on this build, and that's what you're seeing here today. So, Toro bar is the full hooped version that Offroad Animal offer for these vehicles, and they do a Predator bar, which is the non-hoop version. So if you are looking for a little bit of a sleeker look, you could go down that road. Standard feature in these bars are things like radar, maintaining cameras, maintaining sensors. Those are all factory components in the original vehicle that do get put into these bars, so don't fret. If you're worried about that, you don't need to be worried about it. It maintains all of those features. Another additional feature, as you can see down here, we've got a carbon 12,000 pound winch that integrates very nicely into these bull bars. Now, this is a massive feature that I do love about the Offroad Animal bars, is that you can actually access your winch after the bar has been fitted. So this componentry does come out of the front of the bar. That way, if your winch needs servicing or anything like that, it is actually easy to get out. Some other bars, a little bit harder. You'll notice down here, this is the bash plate that comes with the bar from those guys. And then further under the vehicle, we've done a full custom off-road bash plate kit. This thing is absolutely huge. There's a lot of plates that go underneath these vehicles to give all of the protection that we can to keep the underbody of the vehicle protected. One more thing that you may not have seen is in the grille, we do have some integrated light bars in behind the grille. We wanted to keep a sleek look and maintain that factory type of style in the front, and the hidden light bars in behind the grille definitely does that. Okay, moving up to the side now, of course, Safari, Armax, Snorkel. If you want to get the most air into your airbox, this is definitely the best way to go about it. And if you didn't know, these guys actually made this particular snorkel to suit if you've got the EGR flares on your vehicle. So as you can see, it's seamless finish along here. So these are an EGR flare that we have fitted to obviously keep our tires underneath guards. And this thing integrates seamlessly with the Armax snorkel, and that way you're getting a fit exactly like what you see here. All right, clear view mirrors. Why? Because we're towing, okay? We're gonna get to suspension after this, but if you're gonna be doing that, or guess what? If you've got a massive canopy setup, depending on your vehicle, some can be a little bit oversized from the cab. These things, not that you have to extend them to get it past that, okay? So just don't blow up in the comments about it. These things, I'm getting off track here now, guys. Far out. Look what you made me do. Top glass, bottom glass. Why? Because this thing gives you more view because it's one of those convex glasses, and then this is giving you basically your original view. They are maintaining all of your factory mirror features. So if you've got powered mirrors, if you've got heated mirrors, if you've got blind spot monitoring, any of that, these things maintain them. 360 cameras as well. Holy, this one's got it. But can't go wrong with a set of clear views. What has happened and what was always a priority for our customer on this build was the GVM and GCM upgrade in this case. Now, you guys may know, have a look at, we'll put it in the description below, a link to the blueprint build that we did on another Ranger. This is the same GVM system, so it is a Lovells system. It is their Platinum edition, which basically means you get a full remote res suspension setup in these vehicles. Now, it gives you a 4-ton GVM, and yes, this vehicle has been upgraded to the 4-ton brake tow capacity as well. This was all done pre-registration. Don't fret, it is something we can do post-rego as well, but this was all done pre-rego, that way it is federally approved Now that does increase your GCM as well. I'm sure the team is going to throw some numbers on the screen here. That way you guys who love all those details will have them. And that's exactly what you are seeing behind me. We did add a set of their upper control arms. Just gives you that extra ability to make sure that you are getting a true wheel alignment when your wheel alignment gets done. Now, another thing before we move on from underneath vehicle, we did a Bendix brake upgrade on this vehicle as well. Yes, it is going to be towing. Yes, it will be getting up to those capacities. So stopping was definitely on the cards for when we were putting the vehicle together. Now that means we got new front rotors, new rear rotors, new front pads, new rear pads, and braided brake lines throughout the entire vehicle as well. And that was a complete Bendix kit. Now stopping this thing on a absolute dime when he puts his foot on the brake pedal. Okay guys, so keeping this thing on the tarmac, we've got a set of ROH Vapors and we've wrapped it in the Geolander XAT Yokohamas. These things are really cool. I've been using them for 7 years, I think now. They are a great all-terrain. Yes, the X means they are aggressive because of this nice aggressive sidewall, which does help when you are off-roading. However, the tire does very well on the road as well. It is not overly noisy, and that's definitely something you want in this country of ours. There's a lot of tarmac before you get to the dirty stuff. Alrighty, helping out our suspension, because there is a van going on the back of this, we do have the poly air airbag kit in the rear. Now, this is the same kit that I threw in my Ranger build, and it does have the auto disconnects for the bags as well, so we are not limiting our down travel on our suspension. If you want a little bit more information about that, link down in the comments for that as well, guys. And guess what we did there? One of these little bad boys as well. So this is a remote air up system, and that way our customer can change what pressure he has in the airbags, and he can keep an eye on it, all from the comfort of the driver's seat. Rightio, rounding out the underbody of the vehicle, we do have a Brown Davis long range tank. That is giving you 160 litre capacity, and that's definitely something that you're gonna need when you are touring Australia. Let's talk about what's on the rear of this Ranger. We've got the Teralume chassis mount canopy system. This is their X-Go range. And what you're seeing right here is a full chassis mount system from those guys. Yes, there are a couple of extras that have been added. We'll get to that, but let's quickly talk about what you get. You get what you see, toolboxes on both sides. There's integrated lighting as well. You do get a 70 litre under tray water tank as well. That is plumbed, mind you, and you get a trundle drawer as well. So that is what you are getting in a nutshell, but let's go into a couple of the features that this thing has. Okay, additional features that you will need to add if you're going down this road, things like the jerry can holder here, that is an addition, same with the ladder as well. Now, why has he got a ladder? There's no rooftop on the roof. Well, we do have a Maxtrax holder set that is up on the roof, and our customer is looking into obviously getting up there to throw swags up. He did mention the possibility of running a rooftop at some time, so this was something that he did want to do. Moving over, you see we've got the spare wheel holder. Now, guys, this is very, very versatile on the rear of these canopies. You can do twin holders, you could do more jerry holders, you could get rid of the ladder. It is very versatile, and you can do whatever is going to suit your setup, but this one has worked for our customers' needs. Let's have a look what's inside, hey? Of course, like I mentioned, you're going to need the fridge. So what we've got here is the RV Storage Solutions tilt slide, and it has the cage system as well. That way you can stack all your gear in the back here, and this thing isn't going to be affected by what you're putting in there. It gives you a nice little shelf on the top. You can actually strap some gear down in there. It does have tie down points as well if you want to go down that road. Now, how does it all get bolted in there, Brent? Well, the great thing about these is they've got a tracking system already built into the floor. You can see here, they've got the system up the top as well. So there's plenty of space to add extra features. These guys do offer things like drawer setups, power systems, all of those kind of things that you can get in these canopies. And one more thing that I do like about their doors, so the feature that they do, we've got these little storage spaces in here. So things like paper towel or whatever you want to throw in there, undo the latches, it drops down, and you can actually keep components in the actual door as well. So food for thought, and you can do some molly strapping if you've got something like that you want to strap on there. Easy access, really quickly to get to. You could use it for something like that as well. Right, stick with me. Down here, we have done a ARB twin compressor setup. Great little spot. This is mainly where we put them in the toolbox. Just that way it is stupid easy to get to and keeps everything clean, dry, out of the way. And I usually see people throw a little bit of recovery gear in here as well, guys. So that's just something that we love to do when we do a tray setup. Gives you plenty of capacity for airing up tires and the kids blow up toys if you're like me and you go to Eli Creek a bit. All right, power system. Okay, where is it, Brent? Well, it's not in here. What we did in this vehicle is we did a in behind rear seat 100 amp hour setup that we have done in a few ranges now. And all we did was a little home base in here for the Canopy setup. We got outlets here, we got fusing there, we've got another Anderson plug on the other side. We did it that way, guys, so then that way if you wanted to expand the system in the Canopy, you can add to this fuse box that's already here. So say he wanted to add like a travel buddy or something like that, really, really easy to do, straight in off this system that's already here. And everything in the vehicle, in behind the seat, it just works, you don't have to get to it. He's got Bluetooth monitoring on his phone as well for the whole system, so he can keep an eye on it, and it's just gonna do its job, keep the beers cold. Just wanna run you guys through some features of the awning. So, Bushwhacker do have integrated lighting in these. You can see in the tracks, you've got them there. There is a connection here. I don't have the controller with me, but there's a connection right there. Plug it in, smack it into your 12-volt outlet, boom, you've got lighting underneath your awning. And if weather gets really wild, you do have drop down adjustable legs as well. And don't forget, you got your rain tabs. So if you got heavy weather coming in, rain, wind, these things combined with these, you can even got tie down points on the actual leg points as well. So if you really need to strap this thing down, you can. However, how good are freestanding awnings just like this? Love it. And I do like the darkness. It is, everyone will be like, oh, does the, you know, because it's black, does it get really hot? Look, not in my experience. They're great, and most of the time, if you've got a taller vehicle like this, it's a fair bit of headspace there as well, so big tick from me on these ones. Few little things that I didn't want to miss. You're going to need one of these, especially if you are doing touring or convoying with friends. It definitely makes life so much easier when you can stay in contact with the people that are around you, especially if you're doing a recovery. Also, Safety Dave camera. Now, why have we done that? There is one mounted. If you had a keen eye, you would have seen it on the ladder at the rear of the vehicle. That is because we cannot see out of the back of the vehicle anymore. So we've got that permanently mounted. Car on, camera on. Also, when he hooks up the van on the back of the Ranger, he then has an additional camera on the van that he can access via this same display. And that way, he can switch between the two. Whilst he's on the drive, he can see if there's anyone behind the caravan. And if he needs to keep an eye on the hitch setup or the front of the van, he's got that as well. Don't forget, the genuine camera does not change, so that stays on the back of the vehicle. And that way, when you're hitching up, you put it in reverse, still comes up on the genuine display, no dramas at all. That's it for the Ranger build, guys. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the content, make sure you give us the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, because that way you won't miss my ugly face on the next episode. But I'll see you guys next time at the Borshed. One other thing that I did... Gonna give it to you, X, gonna give it to you, he gonna give it to you. Let's talk about this part of the build that I like to